people, hello and welcome back to RE Moto. Standard introduction. Here we have Beryl, and the sharp-eyed of you will notice there's no tank decals on this. This video is pre-reveal for this bike, which you would have seen in the last episode. But today, I want to try and do something a little bit different. I don't want this whole channel just to be me yarning about Royal Enfield motorbikes, as much as I do love this bike. There are other things to talk about. So this is what this is just going to be an experiment for, so let me know how this video goes. But pretty much this video is just going to be a ride somewhere to do something, and we're just going to have a yarn on the way, so we'll kind of see how that goes. I'll just let it with my wild thoughts go and just see how it kind of pans out. So at the moment, we're just going to go check the water down the port. We've been waiting to get the sea kayaks back out. It's coming up to summer for us. We're in spring right now. We've been having absolutely atrocious weather, being the spring rains. This is the first fine day we've really had in the last 4 or 5 days in Taranaki, but it's just the way it sometimes goes, and unfortunately the rain where we are gets quite torrential. It gets pretty bad, so it doesn't make it a lot of fun riding your motorbike in the wet. But it kind of it leads on to what I've been thinking about lately, and it's how bad drivers are in New Zealand, and how I guess the skill is becoming less. In the last 5 months I've come across so many bad drivers, and both on motorbikes and in cars itself. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if people are just getting to that Christmas period and people are just getting more relaxed and just not thinking about things a little bit more. I don't know what it is. It's just where we were there today. The left-hand lane there is just to turn left, but the person in the left-hand lane just went straight. It's like, come on people, what are you thinking about? And I don't know, our driving system is pretty tough here to get your license. It's not a bad system. They fail a lot of people. I failed my car license the first time I went. So it's not a bad system, but I don't know what it is, if people are just getting those holiday blues or what. But yeah, I don't know. They kind of, with your motorbike license in New Zealand, I also find that the ACC Ride Forever courses are really filling a gap that was never there too much before. Because basically in New Zealand you have to just go for a basic handling skills course. Like most countries, you go around the course and you can go, yep, I can pilot a motorbike in a circle around some cones and I can stop. Marvellous. Okay, that's all well and good. And then you pass your ferry questions, and then here's your learner's license, go and tackle the roads. And it's honestly a very daunting process. If you've never been around motorbikes in your younger years, and all of a sudden you're on a motorbike with other cars that are not so alert and are trying to run you over the whole time, it's not the most fun experience in my opinion. And for me, honestly, I'm still getting some confidence around other motorists, because I haven't been riding too long, to be honest. I've only been riding kind of 2 years now, and some things still scare me. I'm still learning. I would call myself a noob. I don't have a huge amount of experience, but I don't know. It's trying times. It's very trying times, and the harder thing is that now the New Zealand government is really pulling all the strings to really crucify motorcyclists on the warrant of fitness and the registration costs and stuff like that. For my bike here, even though it's only a 45 horsepower LAMS approved motorbike, I had to pay close to over 500 New Zealand dollars to register this for a full year, which is absolutely crazy. And the likes of my Yamaha R3 was quicker than this, in some generic sense. It was a bit more of a quicker bike, and that was only $350 a year. So it honestly doesn't make any sense with how it is. And if you've got multiple bikes, you pay multiple worth for $500. So you know, if you had three bikes over 650cc, you're looking at paying close to $1,500 a year in registration, which is ridiculous. And they're looking at putting that up because most of that includes ACC rider levies for motorcycle accidents. But the statistic kind of goes off, well, as the people say, that the statistic kind of goes off motocross and stuff like that. It's actually not off the young kids. I try not to do that, but sometimes this bike sounds a little bit too healthy and too good. But yeah, I don't know, it's a hard thing, and it's kind of funny because a lot of young people are now driven into more higher cc bikes, faster bikes, and like I just think it's a social pressure. Like, you go onto Facebook nowadays, you go onto YouTube, and you look at these people and they're riding these 1000cc sport bikes and they're doing cool wheel stands and shit, and yeah, that's cool, but it's a good way to an early grave at some points, you know. You gotta, and with our roads in New Zealand, they're so shocking. I'm kind of bouncing around here a little bit, but this is how the inner sanctum of my brain works. Kind of coming up to the port area of Taranaki now, Motovlog. It's nice in the summer. Where's that person going? That person was not indicating nicely. But yeah, so far these ergos on the GT setup has been a little bit of an adjustment. I've honestly had to kind of not relearn how to ride the bike, but it's a very different feeling. Like, I feel I've got more leverage through the corners than with the upright bars. Here we go, looking at low tide or high tide. It's a little bit windy down here today. Doesn't look like anyone's out in the harbour. Got a bit of wind. And that person's too. We'll go down to the end and have a look across. Yeah, so it's low tide. So we normally just park our car here and then carry the kayaks down to the beach. It's normally pretty good for learners down here for kayaking because the waves are normally pretty low, which in my case wasn't the case. The first time we brought our kayaks down here, and my wife's quite a new kayaker, and the waves were the highest I've ever seen them at that beach. They were choppy, and if you've ever been in a proper like touring sea kayak, sit in one, you'll know that they're very, very unstable, and yeah, not a lot of fun. But yeah, it's very trying times at the moment for motorcyclists in New Zealand. Like, I've been out to a few rallies and stuff like that, and you know, the population is kind of aging. You don't see too many young people nowadays on motorbikes, which is kind of a sad thing. Like, it's kind of a bit of it's not dying, but just the population that are buying motorbikes and going out to rallies and stuff like that, just typically of the older generation. Sometimes, you know, I'm kind of, I'm not going to say my age, but I'm around the 30s, and you know, sometimes I'm often the youngest person. Two cars behind me. No. I'm often the youngest person at a rally, which is not nice sometimes. There we go, there's another nice little beach down here. A lot of people come down here and swim in the summer. It's quite safe because this wall goes all the way out towards the end, and then it's just got a bar at the end there. And straight ahead of us, that pointy rock up there, that's Paratutu rock. There's quite a nice walk up there, but it's climbing up rocks and chains and stuff, so it's all good fun. Right, we'll carry on around the coast, so we'll go up towards that rock up there, Paratutu, and then we'll come back around to home. So another thing, if you watch my videos regularly, you'll see that I posted a review on the Shoei helmet, and I commented how bad it was to close. Well, I kind of got a little bit of stick for that, and that's understandable, but a lot of people commented, Shoei helmets ain't designed to be closed from the bottom and from the centre here. So since that point, they said all Shoei helmets should be closed from the top. I was like, well, holy shit, that's a miracle. I tried it, and my god, just closes so easy now, just done, like that, just so easy. And you'd think that that'd be something that the motorbike dealer would tell you to, hey, this is not like your normal helmet where you shut it from the bottom. This is a Shoei, you need to close it from the top. So thank you to all those people who commented saying, you idiot, you need to shut the Shoei from the top. Yeah, I get that now. Yeah, I get that now. So if you have a Shoei GT Air 3 and you're struggling with closing it, don't close it from the centre, from the nice lip that they provide. No, it's closed from the top of the visor. If you actually look at the top of the visor up here, there's actually like a little bit of a pad there. It's got it's like a little bit more stickier than your normal visor glass or plastic. So that's good to know. That's really good to know. Oh, she's absolutely stunning here at the moment. But you're going back to that like pressure of the social kind of aspect of motorcycling. Like kids nowadays are just absolutely blasted with all these 1000cc monsters and 600cc monsters where, you know, they're like, oh, you know, you need to have 100 horsepower in a motorbike, and you need to be able to do this. It's, obviously those people just haven't experienced what it's like just to be on an average motorbike. You know, the freedom that you get from it and the therapy that you get from a motorbike, you don't need 100 horsepower. Sure, I'd love more power in this bike, and well, I'm putting an 865 kit in it, but do I need it? No. Do I still enjoy myself? Hell yeah, every time I get on this bike, it's just like going and seeing a therapist. Like, it's so good. I'm just going to sneak up here with these people. I like sitting here because a lot of people like to cut corners in New Zealand. A lot of people like to cut corners in New Zealand, so I try not to sit too close to the right there. Yeah, it's an interesting thing where people say, you know, you must have, oh, you know, your bike only has 45 horsepower. You know, that's so low. But I've got myself into trouble on this, and you don't need a huge amount of horsepower to have fun. For me, half of it is just the experience of riding a motorbike. You know, if I'm feeling a little bit down, I get out of my motorbike and just go out and hit the pavement. It's hard to explain, man. This road is, holy god, it's terrible. I'm train tracking all over the place. My god, what was that? Yeah, and like, I think a lot of it has to do with like having a good community. With the Royal Enfield, there's now two really good communities within New Zealand. There's a Royal Enfield Riders Club, which was started up by Rob at Wanganui, and then there's the National Register, which, you know, people have their political views, and that's why multiple clubs start up, because everyone has different views. But hey, I just get out and enjoy riding with everyone, and it's just what it is. Like, a motorbike, you know, if you want to go and spend money on a therapist, buy a motorbike. It'd be the best thing you did. I didn't start riding until I was obviously later in life, and you know, that was mainly down to monetary reasons. I had other reasons to go and buy stuff, but also, like, I'm kind of glad I might have bought it that later life, because in my younger years I didn't really have much self-control, and honestly it probably wouldn't have been a good mix for me. So I'm kind of glad that I got into my later years a bit more responsible now. So there's that Prado Tutu that you can walk up to, and as you can see, it's straight rock. You've got a whole bunch of chains and rings to get up to that viewpoint. Absolutely great. This is an awesome bit of road that comes around the back of Taranaki here. Unfortunately, it's 50 kilometers an hour, and police like to hide down here to ping everyone. But it's absolutely great bit of kit. Typical Harley riders don't wave. Brother! And like, yeah, I'll admit it that I've probably come to that social pressure as well of wanting to have a bigger and faster bike. Like, I want to run a faster bike. Like, and I fall into that trap of looking at other bikes. Like, do I want to keep the Interceptor? And, do I go for a bigger bike? Like, get this bike and it has 100 horsepower. Like, man, that's so amazing. Like, I need that 100 horsepower, and I fall into that social trap as well. And then I get back on the Interceptor and I go for a ride, and I'm like, I don't need 100 horsepower. Like, I don't need to have 100 horsepower to go have fun. With the suspension being done in this, it's actually more fun to try and hold higher speed through corners on a really low horsepower bike, to really work that bike, to really give it some through the corners, and you just feel that sense of achievement. Like, yeah, man, I was absolutely fanging on that 45 horsepower, like working it like a dog, but it's good fun. And like, honestly, I keep talking about it, but I probably won't buy another bike. This is just fun, all round good fun. See, here we go. There's a police officer. Like I said, they like to target this area. That's why I'm taking it nice and easy. Always give them a wave, always be friendly, because you never know when they're going to pull you up. Oh. So that's pretty much going to conclude the little ride, and I hope you guys kind of enjoyed just this chit chat. I don't know if I'm going to create too many of these chickens. Honestly, don't know. Like, I just kind of like to yarn and vent sometimes. Like, it's good to talk. And there's becoming more and more people watching the channel, which for me, I'd never in a million years think that I would have 100 subscribers. And I know that people have like thousands and thousands of subscribers. But for me to have 100 subscribers, I'd never thought there'd be 100 people in the world that would subscribe to my channel and say, hey, let's follow this guy. Like, I'm just blown away. Like, I can't believe 100 people have subscribed to the channel, and thousands of you have tuned in and watched my videos. Like, it's just absolutely mind-boggling to me. Mind-boggling. So let me know what you kind of think of this. We're going to give the old bike a 0 to 100 rip here, staying within the speed limit. And like, the other hard thing is that police are going to be out more today, because it's like the first fine day we've had, like I said, in Taranaki in 4 or 5 days. And let's do this 100. There we go. It's like the first fine day we've had in 5 or 6 days, like I was saying. So a lot of motorbikes are out right now, a lot are out there riding, and so they'll be targeting motorbikes today, they'll be targeting speed, which is their job, that's fine. So anyway, I'm going to kind of leave the video here. Let me know what you kind of think of this, and if you enjoyed my waffling about random shit. What did we cover today? We covered motorbikes. We covered a lot about motorbikes. We covered kind of where the registration's going, social pressure of motorbikes, and a whole lot of other useless stuff you didn't really need to know. But if you kind of enjoyed this little tour of suburbia in the port of Taranaki, then please subscribe to the channel, and if you want to see more like this, just let me know, because I'll make it happen. I'll make it happen. I like to talk, so hey, that was one Harley rider that actually gave me a little bit of a nod there. Holy shit, brother. What the hell's going on? Anyway, on that, I am going to sign out. So, thank you again for watching another random video of RE Moto, and we'll see you in the next video. And signing out!